That is it. I have done it.
Done what?
Cracked it. Stevens has accepted my proposals in principle.
Oh, Ken, that's wonderful.
All he has to do is to check them out, and I've got the full backing of the bank. Oh, want to have a look at that? The golf club I'm applying to join. Oh, there's a whole wide world out there waiting.
Very impressive.
Of course, I shall have to get all the gear, look the part.
Yes, Ken, and I'm sure you will.
I mean, after all, you can't hold a birdie or whatever it is dressed like this, can you?
No.
No.
Peripus Boutique, good afternoon. Claude? Where are you?
Just a moment, David. Thank you for that appraisal, Malcolm. Circulate copies to all sections, will you? I got your note about the Mermaid Yard. You have some doubt you haven't yet voiced.
Just something I want to check through.
All seems pretty sound to me, David. You can't deny they've done their homework. Miss Rolfe struck me as highly efficient.
Indeed, I don't deny that. No, it's something else. Touch of the grapevine, James.
Does it affect our franchise?
It might. I bumped into Simon Hills at the lodge last night. You remember him. Solicitor. Personable chap. He happened to mention the Mermaid Yard.
Trust you didn't disclose our possible interest.
No, simply listened to what he had to say. Not much, I admit. But it seems there's some court case pending in Chancery which disputes the ownership of the Mermaid.
Does that necessarily affect us?
If there is a dispute and the claimant wins his case, the Barracuda may not belong in law to either Mr. Rolfe or Mr. Howard. May not be theirs to franchise.
David, when you next see Miss Rolfe, try and find out exactly what the situation is. But be careful. We don't want to jeopardize our interests. On paper, that is a damn good boat.
So, you think the manufacturers are interested?
Well, they want to go over all the sales and marketing reports with Avril after lunch, so they must be. Otherwise, they wouldn't bother.
Sounds promising. How about you, Jack? All set for this afternoon?
Damn right. I can't wait to get into that hearing.
That's the spirit.
Shellett won't know what's hit him.
Nervous?
Steady as a rock. All right. Maybe just a little.
That's understandable.
And that's tonic.
Good man. Well, I just wanted to come and see you to wish you good luck for this afternoon.
Thank you. You're very concerned, aren't you, Kate?
Can you blame me? With all that's at stake for you and Tom. What time did you say you were going to meet him?
I said I'd be at the railway station by 2 o'clock.
And I think you'd better be making tracks.
It's very funny. Tracks, railway station.
Well, thanks for the lunch, Jack.
Ah, it's a pleasure.
And as the young people say, keep your cool.
I'll try.
Yes, we met yesterday at the golf club at lunch.
That's very interesting.
I must say, I was very impressed. He's a very shrewd young man. He's considering several ventures.
How much is he trying to raise?
300,000.
And that's exclusively to exercise his stock option on the marine development, is it?
Yes, that's my understanding, yeah.
You accepted his proposals yet?
Well, no, not yet, not formally, anyway.
Then I'd like to call in a favor, Sir John. I'm in advanced negotiations on another prime site in the area, and it's just possible that I won't need masters after all. So I'd be grateful for a delay.
I see. How much of a delay do you want?
Just a few days.
Very well, Charles, you have it.
As always, I appreciate your cooperation.
My pleasure.
I'll be in touch, Sir John, let you know how the situation develops. And thank you for the call. Goodbye.
I haven't got much time, I'm afraid. I have to go up to London.
So Mum said. So, what's all this about, then? Charles Freer, I suppose.
No.
That's a relief. Don't tell me someone actually approves of my seeing him.
I don't want to talk about Charles Frere. I'm not concerned about him. I'm concerned about you.
What's the problem?
Well, you tell me.
There's nothing to tell.
Nothing bothering you?
No.
Well, why have you been behaving the way you have lately?
I haven't been behaving any different.
Oh, come on, Lynn. What about your job at the yacht club? Your mother tells me I haven't been going into regularly.
It's only a fill-in job. It's not a career.
That's beside the point. It's totally irresponsible, and that's not like you. What about your sailing? When were you last out?
A few weeks ago.
That's certainly not like you.
So I haven't been sailing. What's all the fuss? It's not the end of the world.
It would have been once upon a time if you'd missed a few days, let alone a few weeks. And what's this I hear about you staying away nights?
I'm not a child, Dad.
Then why act like one, sitting around on call for Charles Frere?
I thought you didn't want to talk about it.
He's not the one sitting around being let down. You are.
I'm not.
You are, Lynn. You're letting yourself down. What happened the other evening? You were supposed to go out for dinner, weren't you? Did he show?
No. He was tied up in a business meeting.
Oh, Lynn, how can you be so gullible?
Perhaps I take after my mother.
Is that what's behind this?
No.
You know, if your mother could ever get over what happened with Avril Rolfe, we might get back together again.
Avril Rolfe's not the one you should worry about. It's Ken Masters.
Yes, I know he's been seeing her.
Seeing each other isn't the problem. I'm not the only one who's been staying away nights, Dad.
This is the analysis on which I base the market report.
Thank you. May I take this?
Yes, of course, I've got several copies.
Where were you before the Mermaid Yard, Miss Rolfe, may I ask?
I worked for a property development company in the city.
Colin Linsdale tells me you have a degree in business administration.
Yes, that's correct.
Then what are you doing here? You're wasted.
Look, Mr. Lloyd, I thought you were here to investigate the prototype, not my career.
Perhaps I should explain. I was very impressed with you at the presentation, as was our chairman and other members of the board.
It's very flattering. But the only thing that concerns me now is the prototype.
Not necessarily. When I make my recommendations to the board, one of them will concern you, Miss Rolfe.
I don't quite understand.
I'm currently recruiting a personal assistant for our chairman. I'd welcome the opportunity of discussing the position with you. Why don't we talk over dinner this evening?
Mr. Rolfe's counsel has recorded that the executors of the will took out an insertion in the Port Moresby Gazette.
So my solicitor said. Is that going to be a problem?
Not necessarily, but it could be. It's a technicality they might wish to exploit.
But I didn't know about any insertions in any newspapers. If I did, I would have been in touch at the time.
Can you clarify exactly where you were at the time, Mr. Shelley?
I was working in a copper mining camp up country, about 200 miles north of Port Moresby.
I see. Well, I'm certain we can utilize the position to our advantage in the event they choose to pursue that line.
When will we be called?
Any time now, just as soon as Mr. Rolfe and his counsel arrive.
And I'll let you know when the rest of that range comes in.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you, bye.
To be honest, love, I don't like the sound of all this.
You said there was a whole wide world waiting out there.
Yeah, for us, but not for him. What's he trying to weasel his way in for, eh?
He isn't. Look, he'll be here in a minute. Why don't you listen to what he has to say? It sounds like a viable proposition to me.
Well, not to me. I don't trust him. Just happened to be in the area. Oh, come on, love. This is Tarrant, not Marseille.
He's in London on assignment. Please, Ken, give it a chance. For me? Claude, how lovely to see you again. You remember Ken? Ken Masters.
Ah, yes. How do you do? It is a pleasure to meet you again.
Yeah, great.
Well, this is it. How do you feel?
I'm glad the wedding's all over.
Same here. Just remember to let the barrister lead you, Jack. And I'm sure everything will be all right.
Don't worry about me, Tom. I'm well prepared.
Shallot and roll.